Hi, this is Angel Jones. I love great conversations where life's journey is communicated not only through words, but tones and emotions. Explosive expressions that allow you to feel what they felt and learned. A fool learns only from his own mistake, while the wise learn from their own and from those others have made. Thanks for being here with us. Good night, Marilyn Gordon. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I am doing very well. It is day for me here, and it's a beautiful day.
Oh, where are you in the world right now?
I'm in Oakland, California.
Interesting.
And yeah, it's been a bit rainy, but it's still beautiful. Still,
All right, so tell us, Marilyn, which of your talents is responsible for us meeting?
I am a life transformation teacher and healer and hypnotherapist and speaker and author. And these talents all relate in that I just work in the area of consciousness transformation. And that's what I love to do, and that's what I do as much as I can,
Who did you
most of the
learn this skill
time.
from?
I learned this skill a long, long time ago. I actually began it when I started doing yoga, and I learned the art of deep relaxation that we did at the end of sessions. And I became a yoga and meditation teacher, and then I took a very wonderful training that taught me how to apply this state of relaxation to helping people with their troubles. And so ever since that time, that was in 1970, ever since that time, I've been doing this work of helping people to relax enough to get to their greatest selves so that they can transform the real difficult things of their lives by connecting with that great part of themselves.
Wow, that's 46 years.
It's 46 years. Yeah, I know I'm old.
It's been a long while. I never said you were old. I'm just saying it's been a long while.
Yes, it has been a long, long while. I have been actually doing this work for that many years. The seminar that I took was with a very famous man named Werner Erhard. Have you heard of him before?
I have not.
Okay, well, it was a training that helped people to make this connection with their deepest, greatest selves.
That's amazing. So why will you continue? You've been doing this for a while to repeat this skill.
It's what I came here to this world to do. I feel that I have been given a mission, and this is it. And I'm very connected with it. It's a part of me, so I have no interest in not doing it. I'm every interest in continuing.
Interesting. Share with us one other thing you've done consistently over the past 3 years.
I have been doing yoga every day since 1970.
Wow.
Yeah, and meditation, both yoga and meditation, and both of them are very important to my life. I do them every day, every morning, and they enrich my life. They center me. They help me very, very much. And from the space that I received from doing yoga and meditation, I can help other people.
So how does it make you feel, Marilyn, doing yoga?
I feel centered and connected, and it really helps me to create flexibility in my body and my mind. And it calms me, it makes me feel, it gives me a sense that I can look at my life and my challenges from a state of the witness. It just helps me to witness things, to stand back and see things from a larger perspective so that I can have wisdom in what I do. So that's what it helps me to do.
Interesting. If someone wants to connect with you, what's the best way for them to do that, Marilyn?
The best way is to go to my email. It's mgordon, MGORDON, at hypnotherapycenter, and I'll spell it .com, hypnotherapycenter.com.
All right.
And my website also, which is Life Transformation Secrets with an S at the end.com. And one more is I have a brand new store that's and a blog at MarilynGordon.com. So they can go there for my blog at MarilynGordon.com/Shopify or the transformation store. You can get there with these links.
Wonderful. Well, Marilyn, let's switch gears for a bit now, and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Marilyn, what is your earliest childhood memory?
You know, I knew you were going to ask me that, and I've been thinking and thinking about it, and I don't really have memories of when I was little, a tiny little girl. But I do have memories of when I was young, like 4 and 5 years old. And one of my great memories that I have in my mind was of my grandmother. I loved her very much, and she loved me, and we doted on each other. And when I was little, one Christmas, she made some clothes for my doll, and it was a beautiful coat. It was gray with green blanket stitching and a little hat. And it was sitting there on Christmas morning. And this was quite interesting because we also celebrated Hanukkah. And to have this was such a great thrill to me. And there was a present for my brother on the other side of the room. And then in the middle was a radio. And that was for both of us because it was before there was television. I'm from before TV happened. And there was a radio that was there because my grandma or my parents, whoever gave that to us, knew that I loved to listen to the radio. My favorite program was a program called Let's Pretend, where they dramatize all these fairy tales, Jack and the Beanstalk and Little Red Riding Hood and stories and poems like that. And I listened to it every Saturday morning. These are things I remember. And I have other memories from this time too, because it was during World War II. And I remember a victory garden that we had nearby, and I would go there and look at the vegetables that people planted in this victory garden. And I remember the rationing of sugar and other rationing of other things. And I remember that my family put up pictures of the children starving in Europe. And they said, "No, you need to eat." The children are starving in Europe. So these were memories that I had from when I was young.
Interesting. I do appreciate you sharing those memories.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm sure many people that listen could not even imagine that TV didn't exist.
Right, I know.
It's amazing.
I know. It was exciting when it first came. It was a tiny little box, but there were shows, Howdy Doody and a show called Super Circus and the news. There were very few shows. I think there was just one channel.
Wow.
It was, as I said, a little box. But it was really thrilling. You could see it instead of just listen. But again, I loved to listen. I loved the radio. I really, really loved it. I listened to drama shows and comedy shows. It was really, I really enjoyed it a lot.
It seems as though you still love to listen.
I do. In fact, as far as TV is concerned, I never sit and watch it because I have a lot of things to do, but I have it on because there are things I enjoy. And I love to listen, and sometimes I look up and see what's happening. But I like to hear what they're saying.
Amazing. And if we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
I was thinking about that too, and it's hard to remember some of these. It was a long time ago. But I Love You, A Bushel and a Peck. I don't know if you know that
I do
song.
not, but I will definitely go look because it's tickling my fancy to see how far back this went.
A bushel and a peck and a hug around the neck. But I lived through the 40s and the 50s and all those years. There are lots of music that they're playing again now, and they're playing Elvis Presley again. And he was on when I was a teenager, and I used to jitterbug to his music.
Wow. So what does a bushel and a peck and a hug on her neck, or a hug on her neck? What does that? What does? Is it a love song?
It's a song about, how much people care about one another. I Love You, A Bushel and a Peck is like a measuring. A bushel is a unit of measure also. And a hug around the neck. And a barrel in a heap. that's I Love You. That's one of the songs I like, but I don't know that I had a favorite. I did.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Alright, my friend, we have arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no. Marilyn, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Well, it's interesting that I teach my skill to many people, like hundreds and thousands of people. I teach them how to do this work of transformation. So there's no shortage of people who have learned what I teach, and I have plans to do even more. Now I'm doing teaching online and helping people to learn these techniques, because there are wonderful techniques for helping to create transformation in individuals and in the world. So yes, there's many.
Are you married?
I'm divorced.
Okay.
I was married a while ago, and I have one daughter.
All right. Do you believe in God?
I love God. God is in my heart. God is in my soul. It is not a matter of belief, because belief is from the intellect. I feel it within my entire being as my love for God. And I talk to God every day. So it's something that I feel. It's not something that comes from my mind. It's something from my heart.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do. I have friends. My number of friends in the inner circle has dwindled because I'm so busy and I have lots of work to do, but I know many, many people and share my life with many, many people and share my work with many people. So I have a lot of people in my life and some very dear people in the inner core.
You said you do not look at TV, right? So you don't watch TV for
I
more than
do.
3 hours. You do?
Well,
okay.
I do. I mean, I don't sit and watch it.
Yeah, it's
I
on.
never sit and watch it because it's on some of the time when I'm doing other things, like when I'm making dinner. And sometimes when I'm eating dinner, I like it. There's certain things I really like on TV. And it's, I think, a carryover from my old days of loving the radio. I love interview shows, and I like political shows and some comedy I like. I really like political satire, like Saturday Night Live, sort of like that. And there's certain things I really enjoy, certain things I don't enjoy at all. I don't like explosions and noisy things, and a lot of sitcoms I don't really gravitate toward, but certain interview shows and places where I can really find out more about people I really enjoy.
So you enjoy this podcast, right?
I enjoy this podcast, and I like what was I going to say? It went out of my mind, but I do really enjoy it a lot.
And what about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Do you spend more than 8 hours a day or less than 8 hours a day?
I don't know if it's 8 hours, but I spend a lot of time because I do a lot of work online. And especially now, I've been studying for 10 years. I've been studying internet marketing, and I give programs online, and I have products that I sell online, and I create products and online. So I'm online a lot. I wear a special little trinket around my neck to protect me from radiation because I'm on so much of the time.
This was so much fun, Marilyn. Before you leave, though, is there anything you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I would just like to say thank you for listening, and want to send blessings and love to you and wish you the very best, and hope that your life is good and that you're receiving fulfillment. And I send you light, I send you love, and thank you again for listening and for being here.
I appreciate you as much as you do me. This was a great pleasure. Thank you very much, Marilyn.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the interview.
Marilyn Gordon, thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you very much for having me.
Amazing audience, before you leave, there's one person I'd like to introduce you to, Amanda Jones. She is my wife, and her passion is to educate, encourage, and empower.
Hi, I'm Amanda Jones, and I'm a registered nurse. Do you or someone you know have diabetes? According to the International Diabetes Federation, in 2015 worldwide, 415 million people were living with diabetes. Just as that figure is overwhelming, so too can the effects of diabetes be. So, to help simplify diabetes for both adult and child, I've used rhymes in my books, The ABCs of Diabetes for Children and Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes. At its simplest, rhymes help us to remember. If you, a child or friend, want an easy, reader-friendly way to know about diabetes, then get a copy of these books. For more details, you can go to poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.